Okay, live feed. It's been I don't know, almost a week or something like that, I think, since I've done a live feed. This one is one of the more important live feeds that I've done in a while, and so I want to touch on a couple of things while we're waiting for a couple of people to jump in on this live feed. Anybody know what tomorrow is? Anybody? Tomorrow's September 1st, and for those that are hunters, that is most nationally known as opening day of dove season. I'm excited. Hours of service, right? That's been a hot topic of late. Somewhat of a hot topic kind of last week at GATS as well. And so I wanted to spend a few minutes on this because there are times in our industry that we as the carrier community, I don't care if you're company driver, company owner, lease operator, owner operator, doesn't matter. There are times when, God help us, we could not agree that the sun is bright, the sky is blue. We can't get out of our own way, right? There are times when it's really imperative that we sort of come together and we focus on collectively on things that have a tremendously huge, right? Something like Trump, huge impact on us and our industry. And this is one of those things. I could have done an edited video on this, but it's so simple that I'm just going to talk you through it. We are now within the window for the commenting period for the hours of service regulations and or any changes. If there's nothing, look, it's a long weekend, right? Whatever you guys do this weekend, make it a priority. Do it today before you forget, all right? Go to this website, www.regulations.gov. That's regulations is plural. There's an S on the end. Regulations.gov. Okay. Once you click on that, it's going to take you to the it's going to take you to the site, and all you're going to do in the little search window is you're going to type in FMCSA hyphen 2018-0248. Right. Then you're going to click on really the top, the very first, title that you can click on, and it is called ANPRM, Hours of Service of Drivers. You're going to click on that, and then you're going to comment below. It's that simple. It is that simple, right? It's that easy. It takes you less than 1 minute to get to the comment section. And you can sort of share your opinions on how you believe current hours of service regulations are really challenging for us as this community. Your opportunity to comment on what you think and how you think hours of service could be improved. Whatever it is you want to do, please take this opportunity. This is our chance to be able to make some change relative to our industry for the positive. And I think we all would agree. There were, back when we had the ELD debate, you sort of had both camps. Oh, I love ELDs. Oh, I hate ELDs, right? Ultimately, I think what we all can agree on, God, I hope, right? Please, I hope, that hours of service are a problem for most of us right now. So again, number one, go to www.regulations.gov, type in on the search bar, type in FMCSA-2018-0248, click on ANPRM, Hours of Service for Drivers, and that'll take you right in, and you can type in your comments. I can't think of really anything more important that's probably going to happen in September or really in 2018 for our industry than for us to go and make our voices known, allow our voices to be heard, right? Now listen, drivers are not shy of sharing their opinions. This is our opportunity to quit whining on YouTube, to quit whining on Facebook or any other social media platform, and literally have the opportunity to talk to those that are going to make potentially some changes, right? So our opportunity, let's see if we can have some positive impact. All right. I think that's incredibly incredibly important. All right. I want to talk about something else that's, this is not a done deal yet. We're far enough along that I feel comfortable in discussing it. This involves, I guess, the Trucking Exec. I guess it involves the Trucking Exec YouTube page, if you will. Where it kind of sounds weird to talk of it in third person, but what I'll discuss is one of the things that I've tried to do here on this channel with the help of a lot of others is really try to communicate things that maybe a lot of us know that are sort of basics, as well as a little bit more detailed, thinking differently types of things to do to make your business more successful or drivers more successful. Primarily tailored to those that are lease operators or owner operators, but certainly a lot of this applies to just drivers in general. Okay. I have had the opportunity to partner with quite a few different companies over the past year. And a lot of that typically comes, we all know what that means, right? When you partner with some other company. I was approached about 4 or 5, 6 weeks ago from a company that is a leader within our industry, within their specific product. Okay. What's interesting is they didn't approach me to, hey, would you try to schlep our product, right? That was not the approach. The approach was, hey, we think that there's kind of a missing gap within the industry that we would like to fill. And in their minds, that gap revolved around education within our industry, safety, compliance, FMCSA regs, kind of the gray areas that we see within those regulations, and what does the FMCSA really define as that sort of realm, right? Because there's a lot of gray areas. For example, do I have to be on duty or off duty when I'm at a customer prim or at a dock, right? You can see the arguments on both sides of that, but all that really matters is what does the FMCSA and or their attorneys think, right? That's what really matters, because they're the ones that you're gonna be fighting against if you run into that situation, that sort of stuff. They want to discuss the lifestyle of trucking, not just from a driver's perspective, but also from your family's perspective, okay? They want to talk about technology changes within the industry that will help us, right? Or not, right? Or not. Maybe things that could be hindering us. Again, hours of service, currently a huge hindrance for a lot of people that are drivers. They want to try to convey this information in some part here on my channel, but also on their channel, their website, via or Facebook, whatever it may be, via webinars and things of that nature. Podcast, stuff like that. What's going to be real fun is they actually have an attorney that interacts with as a liaison between their products, their solutions, and the government, FMCSA. And so they are very much in tune with a lot of the things that, again, impact us strongly. And so that to me, I find interesting, right? That to me means I find that interesting because that's sort of the niche that I want collectively us to discuss. There's some confusion. I think one of my last videos, I sort of said, hey, I'd like for people to sort of focus on the Trucking Exec page because I want that collaborative discussion amongst some of these topics that are sort of business related relative to trucking industry so that we can become better. So if guys have questions on things, whatever that may be, it's sometimes a lot of guys, and I appreciate the fact that a lot of people value my insight and opinion, right? Humbling for sure. But ultimately, let's have other people engage in that discussion about how their business is impacted, because that's where that collective intelligence makes a really big difference, right? It makes a really big difference. So to me, that mantra is very interesting to me, right? It's very interesting to me. Now, I've had some follow-up conversation with them several times over the past, like I said, month or month and a half. I'm really I think we're close enough that we're all kind of agreeing that we're on the same page, that I'll try to, co-host or host some of those types of podcasts with their attorney or maybe some other people involved. Again, talking about things relative to this industry. So look for that, because that's going to be a big change, assuming that we get to that final step over the next few days or next week. Kind of a short week, but I suspect we'll kind of hammer that out. But that's exciting for me, because again, I think it begins to pull in that group out, that collective intelligence, and tap into how attorneys are viewing things, how FMCSA are viewing things, and we can really provide great specificity on what real answers are. We don't have to assume because some guy said this or driver A said that, right? So I think it provides a really unique opportunity for our industry to grow. Just my opinion, my 2 cents. So those are kind of the two big breaking things that I wanted to talk about in this video. So let's see, let me try to answer or address a few comments. Lightbright, how's it going? Zach, Ken, Peterbilt, so on and so forth. What up? I emailed with no response. Email again, thetruckingexec@gmail.com. If you haven't heard, here's the thing. Give me 3-4 days, right? Typically I can respond back within that amount of time. So shoot me another one, and if I didn't apologize, I will. Daniel says, where can I rent or lease a good reefer trailer? Ours almost broke in half at a shipper. That's really bad. I'll tell you so we have had really good luck with Bowman trailers, Bowman. We've had really good service from those guys. The trailers have been good. Obviously, there's every manufacturer that you can choose from, but I would recommend those. We've had good luck with those guys. Sean Price, good afternoon. Trucker Daddy. How's life in the big city? It's good. I'm really excited for opening day tomorrow. Really excited. Howard's in here. Yeah, no doubt, right? Let your voice be heard relative to this hours of service topic. I think, this is our opportunity to have a really significant impact for sure. Yes, Bandana, FMCSA-2018-0248, right? I'm just going to type this in there really quick. FMCSA, where did it go? -2018-0248. There you go. That's what you type into the search bar. Randy Spears, he doesn't care what this is. Let's see. Columbia Dave says, make sure we comment the house is not a terminal. We cannot PC home under Joe's interpretation from the last load delivered before going home. Joe thinks the house counts as a terminal. I'm not sure what Joe you're talking about, but cool. Robert Groom says, I think hour service should be changed. You guys have 20 hours on duty up in Alaska, 15 hours drive time. QAL says, I saw the clickbait title, started watching. Well, it's not really clickbait. I don't know. To me, it's kind of breaking news. Frank Road Pro, good afternoon. Happy Labor Day. Not clickbait, really. I'm not trying to clickbait it. Benjamin Duke says, what? Stop complaining. The delicate trucking drama queens will not have it. Fake, yeah, we have that. We know that. We can't control that, but what we can control is our opportunity to go and share our comments, our feelings, our opinions, our thoughts to the FMCSA, and what greater opportunity than to do that now, right? And I guess the other piece of this video is, how many people feel that a lot of that message, podcast, speaking with attorneys, having them answer some really hardcore questions that we all sort of ponder. To me, there's a lot of value there, and so I think having a place where people can go and get a lot of that information that's held, that's stored, is really valuable. Let's see here. What else? Caslin says you can be off duty. So that's the stuff, right? There's just a lot of confusion. There's a lot of ambiguity, and there's plenty of guys that still think that if you're sitting in the driver's seat, you got to be on duty. Just a lot of things change, right? A lot of the regs change. A lot of the guidance changes. And I think it would be a good opportunity to just sort of level set a lot of the stuff. Again, as you guys know, you can go to some of these other Facebook sites and you'll see 300 comments. About 10% of them are actually correct. The rest of them are, some amount of truth or fiction sprinkled with some bullshit on top, right? And so to me, there's a lot of value of what's the question and here's the specific answer, and then we can sort of drill down to that. To me, there's a lot of value in that. I think that's a gap within our industry that you don't see a lot of other places. And again, if you go to the FMCSA and you're reading their regs, there's oftentimes a lot of guys walk away without maybe checking the guidance and really getting a strong sense of what's right and what's wrong. So to me, I think this is a great opportunity. And again, covering just a whole host of topics, everything from parking to lifestyle and how it impacts your families and hours of service, just you name it. To me, there's a lot of value there. No, Greg, I'm not a show host, that's for sure. I mean, you guys know you sort of get what you get with me. But I do think there, when we, again, bringing sort of collective intelligence together, individuals from different capacities within our industry to discuss, again, very confusing or very kind of debated topics. So again, my 2 cents. What about 1099 contract drivers? What about them, food? Here's the thing. Let me just pull this up. Let's see. I've had a couple of questions on that, and I was going to try to address this in a later video. Let me bear with me. Give me 3 seconds to read this really quick. Let's see. 1099. You are not an independent contractor if you perform services that can be controlled by an employer, right? And it goes on to say in parentheticals, what will be done and how it will be done. This applies even if you're giving freedom of action. What matters is that the employer has the legal right to control the details of how the services are performed, okay? More importantly, where did it say it up here? Something maybe a little bit simpler. The general rule is that an individual is an independent contractor if the payer has the right to control or direct only the result of the work and not what will be done or how it will be done, right? So you want the definition of an independent contractor? Let me read that again. The general rule is that an individual is an independent contractor if the payer has the right to control or direct only the result, okay? Not how it gets done or that sort of thing, right? Or will it be done? Okay, so maybe that clarifies it for you guys. I don't know. But that comes from the irs.gov website. Okay, so that's where I was reading that from. So to me, that's pretty cut and dry. So I'm not sure where a lot of that, I've seen this topic kind of been floating around now for, 2 weeks or so. So I don't know. To me, it's pretty clear. Let's see. Frank Rodpro says, honest conversation with FMCSA, tell them to write the laws without any room or interpretation. Yeah. I think that's probably a lot of people's frustration is, okay, we read that, but there's so much ambiguity and there's so much gray area, right? And so that's a frustration is, look, I just want to know what the rules of the game are. That's all I want to know. Tell me what the rules of the game are, and then I'll sort of play within those boundaries. Big deal to me. Daniel says, thanks for the info. I'll check it out. Very good, Trucker Daddy. Quickly give the instructions again. All right, really quick. Regulations.gov. Then you type in the search bar, FMCSA-2018-0248. Then that's going to take you to a page, and you're going to click on the link or the article there where it says ANPRM, Hours of Service of Drivers. Click on that, and it'll take you to the section where you can comment. So let's see. Small Fry says, Sir, you're saying you and Howard are going to do a podcast. He knows everything. Yeah, right? Did I see the 1099 contract on beattruckstops.com? I did not see the 1099 contract. Randy Spears says, I'm Trucking Exec's new lawyer. You can no longer ask him questions about 1099 or any other questions without referring to me. First, your retainer is $40. You guys in the house, how's it going? Inman says, Jason, Little Dog says, Jason, welcome. Mr. Corona, You're a selfless individual who will be blessed for your acts of kindness. Helping the industry with all your insight will not go unnoticed. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that a lot. Thanks very much. Randy Sperrier says that he sent him. Truckers Coach, Little Dog, has news to share tonight live. All right, tune in. We got a time on that? We're just going to leave it open and vague tonight. It all pops up right. Cool, Bandana. Thank you very much. I'm glad I got that right. Again, it was easy enough that I thought I could probably just discuss it on this live feed. I mean, serious guys. I mean, I just can't think of really, like I said, a more serious topic for us collectively to address than the hours of service interpretation. I think it's a big deal. I really do. So that's what I got. That's what I got. We'll keep this one short and sweet, 20 minutes or 21 minutes. I may try to do another live feed tonight on a slightly different topic, but we'll keep this one short and sweet. Labor Day weekend. You guys be safe. My opinion, this side of the steering wheel. Take care.